This Igbo alliance here and there. Oh, some people say, oh, I'm not Igbo. Some say, oh, I be Igbo. I know be Igbo. I be Igbo. Okay. Oh, what is the problem concerning this Igbo lineage? Chief Mrs. Selina Ugoke Adibua, the immediate past Vice President General of Ohanese Igbo. In this interview with Chuks Inweze, argues that the Igbo-speaking people of Rivers State must not be forced to join the Apex Igbo Social Cultural Organization Ohanese Igbo. This was a fallout of the controversial election of the body, which produced Senator John Azuta Mbata as the President General. Ohanese Igbo recently elected its President General, Senator John Mbata from Rivers State. Okay, what were the issues surrounding the election? Okay, it has been trending everywhere. I have to say that this is good for Ohanese because we were coming from a very worrisome time where we had our first President General from Imo State, the Deputy PG, dead in one session, and then another President General selected or appointed died within the same 4 years. This has never been seen in the history of Ohanese or even in the history of any elective position in Nigeria, like in government and so on. So we managed to bury all these people, but they put us in a tight situation where we were now scrambling to bring another person to replace the last President General, which was Chief Emmanuel Nwanyawo. We had to elect another President General to serve out the remaining 27 days from Nwanyawo's death and burial. So I can beat my chest and say that we have done well in this transition moment, that we only prepared within the last 27 days. Okay, I think a question being asked this Chief Mrs. and she was asked, what have you to say about the election of Senator Mbata as the President General of Ohanese Igbo from Rivers State? Okay, it is a thing of joy for all of us that we found somebody from Rivers State like Senator Mbata. I say this because it had been our mind to go round the people who were interested in Ohanese that came out from Rivers State, and we did not even seem to know anybody forthcoming, but somehow, somewhere, Senator Mbata, the person of his caliber, came to vie for the position. And from what we know about him, because I was in the screening committee, he sounded the best of all the 5 people that vied for the position, and it was not difficult to pinpoint him as a person suited for the position. Okay, but some people were saying that it was the Southeast governors that imposed the new Ohanese leadership. What do you have to say? And she said, all I have to say is that as a woman, as a parent, if I have 6 or 4 children and someone came in and snatched my handbag off me, my children will like to come out to pursue him, but I will say, you come back, come and sit down. You go, because I know the capability of everybody in that place. So the person for this time around, from what we had in the screening committee, is Mbata, and we are happy that he was the one chosen, whether the method, whatever the method used. But before the election, some people from the Southeast were against the choice of Rivers State producing the President General for Ohanese Igbo. Is Rivers State part of Igbo? Why not? Rivers State has been a collection of Igbos, and anywhere Igbos are, they are part and parcel of Ohanese. But we take it that they have 2 or 3 local governments constituted by Igbo people, and they are so vibrant like Mbata. If we saw one person, he will be able to gather others and shut some mouth, that because of the fear of what happened to Igbo people during the Civil War, they don't want to proclaim their Igbo-ness. So this is a welcome situation, and we are happy that there was nobody, or there was somebody like Mbata who came to take the position. We are really happy. Are you aware that some Ikwere indigenes are not even happy that Mbata accepted to head Ohanese? Since his emergence, he has allegedly been faced with subtle threat. What is your take on this? It is not only subtle threat, oh. It's a terrible threat. And the chief Mrs. said, well, we in Ohanese think that he will do that job very well, and he will know how to pacify his people who are saying that they are not Igbos. They have a reason for saying that they are not Igbo. They are Igbo, but they don't want to claim Igbo, because once you are Igbo, you cannot get position or get a position of Inspector General of Police. Once you are Igbo, you cannot get any position that you deserve in government. And because of that, that is why many youth, even IPOP, go into agitation, and many Igbos are chanting their names from Ugu, Eze to Daniel or any other thing. This is just to fit into the Nigerian system, and for better jobs, you have to change your name if you are going to get any posh job. This is how people are struggling to fit in. You can imagine. Okay, that is just to fit in. Now, wow. Are you aware that there were other people laying claim to the Ohanese leadership, especially the position of the President General? Can they simply be waved off as inconsequential impostors? And the Chief Mrs. said, I am aware of that. I am aware that when Wanyanwu was the President General, there were some people somewhere saying that they were President General, Secretary General, and so on. They are doing that because they want to belong. They were not there on January 10th when the election was held. They went and formed their own. Let them form their own, but let them give their own another name. Let them not use the name Ohanese because it does not belong to them. Let them say Igbo Association of Port Harcourt or Igbo this. They are welcome, but to come and use Ohanese and Igbo. Who elected them? How many were they at their election? Because Ohanese President General must be elected by a whole group of Igbos, both inside Igbo land and in diaspora. Whether in Delta State, they will bring in their own delegates to vote. In effect, we had more delegates, 30-30, brought from the 5 southeast states, 10-10 from the other states. That is what we constituted. Okay? You have been a stalwart of Ohanese. What do you think Igbo have benefited or are benefiting from the organization? Okay. What have they benefited from the organization? What we have benefited, that you are standing here and asking me a question and I answer truthfully for the first time. Of course, I would have told you that my name is Selina David instead of Selina Ugoke Adibua, so that you won't even know that I'm an Igbo. I appreciate the courage of Mbata to say I am Igbo, and my father Igbo, and my great-grandfather Igbo, even my brother Wike Igbo. He said that in front of us, he had the courage to say and tell Nigerians that he is Igbo. That Ikwere people are Igbo. You can stay anywhere, but you are Igbo. If you claim not to be Igbo because of inequality or inequity, or the iniquity that be devil's Nigeria, we cannot even make everybody Igbo at gunpoint. No. When Igbos are doing something right and it is being accepted, the only way they can be accepted in Rivers is when they have somebody towering like Mbata come and say, I am Igbo. If we have a vice president, a minister of Igbo extraction, they will be proud. But when Nigerians are shaming Igbo, Igbos don't want to tolerate shame. Instead, they answer other names. Where the faction being witnessed in Ohanese, how do you handle them? Sorry, the what? The faction is Ohanese. How do you handle them? Don't you have any factions? Do you have any factions? We want unity. Yes, we want everybody that is outside to come. We can't even just go to sleep and let them take over. They don't even know what Ohanese is all about. If they know, they won't even go and form factions. Maybe they have their own constitution. I don't even know, but it is this constitution I am following that they are following. Okay, then they have derailed. And what do you do to people that have derailed? we will look for them. But if they don't want to join, we cannot force them. It is just like a church. You don't force anybody to come and join your church. Instead, you start operating. If they like, they can come and join. Okay, I think this is the last question they ask this Chief Mrs. Selena. What would you say the administration of President Tinubu has been fair? Would you say Tinubu's administration has been fair to the Igbos? Of course, it hasn't been fair, and he knows it. Why must I be the one to say it? Of course, it is not fair, and he knows it, and I understand it is a calculated attempt to pull down the Igbo so that they won't even rise again and fight civil war again, because in the other civil war, we defeated them. We put them at bay. They didn't defeat us. I hope you know that. So we are trying to be ourselves. That is it. Well spoken, madam, Chief Mrs. So guys, what do you really see or think about this interview granted by Mrs. Selena? Leave your comment down there below, guys, and let us have your take.